going on, guys? Brandon from Boiler Room Trading. And in the week here, short day, about to close down, Wednesday the 3rd. Happy 4th of July coming up, one day early. Here's the notes from this morning, posted 7:30 Central. What we're going to look for in our stock plays today. So we're going to do a little recap here up on Boiler Room Trading. So let's get our notes up and go through as we post this thing up here. Now, Tesla, first one on the list. Lots of really good plays today on Tesla. We had a blind dip buy support here on the open. If anybody playing those wild first candles, you could have had a real nice dip to support, 237.50. A couple people took that nice scalp. Y'all are nuts. Worked out otherwise. We had, let's get this line out of the way here, rolling support here, but after it started rolling that 200 EMA, which is a big prominent cycle here, we kind of took it off the long watch and then just kind of watched it break down after follow through M pattern here, popped a short. 50 EMA did cross VWAP, one of our very prominent elite systems that we use here, and just trailed all the way back off. So we had a couple good plays there. Popped up to that 242. We have a daily resistance, but we were looking to break the pre-market levels at 237.50 in the notes there, and then we have this 237.50 right here. So it was either going to be under or over usually this area here, and that one did decent today. Amazon was another call there off the notes. And now Amazon, we looked at 1940s as a double top resistance of pre-market, so we looked for a quick dip to the open. Now 1930s was the call here. As it pulled back down, we had a monster amount of support on the 4-hour chart as a dip buy, and we had a bunch of under over levels. Now we just used a prior wick to dip buy. Very simple support resistance strategies here. So a dip buy into 1930s to long, and you had a really nice dip right to the 1930.39 at open. Higher load off the 100 EMA here, recovering yesterday's highs, and was bullish on all dip buys since then, and then still riding the 200 late day here for another push. But I think some of this stuff's going to get topped out as the SPY is starting to roll off all-time highs here at that 298.60 just about. Yeah. So next one down the list we had here is Facebook. We're looking for another over-under that 194 split again today. Had some bad news catalyst starting here. Didn't really follow its gap up, but definitely squeezed after over. So it didn't break down to that 194. So the long target back up here was 196.17 on prior support. When it broke up over there, we waited for confirmation of strength to get back in. So we're not going to chase this long all the way up. Came back down. Perfect tag and VWAP at our level. So this was your first cut after that big squeeze up here. The Facebook did not get back with the market. Looking at 194 hold again. That was the notes here. And then we could hold the weekly gap of 192.70. Now, the 194 was an over-under level we have been using. So over this, we're looking for continuation. Under this, we would have got a tap on that weekly. Same as we did yesterday in Facebook. Called that weekly tap here. Held that level and did quite well there. Also hold a 4-hour algo trend to the penny yesterday as well. So good momentum, good stock. Just didn't have a pre-market move for it at all. BA had some more news on the 737 grounding, and we had a perfect gap rejection on our chart on the daily here from yesterday continuing. So this was the gap top. We looked for a press into here and then a press into weakness into our weekly level here of 355.64. Today was the exact same thing. We're looking at pre-market highs, pops right to it, fell under the 200, had a fantastic short. Target was still 350, fell a little short of that, but still there. It held yesterday's lows instead. That would have been your profit take. Always want to watch those yesterday's lows. Always coded in by 7 of 9 there. Luckily enough for us. So recovered the 200 of VWAP, looking bullish here, but BA, we were looking for more pop to short, 355.60s to be exact. We didn't quite get that up here either. So still popped to short, just didn't get a strong pop out of the gate. Didn't work out as bad. Shopify. Been on the list all week here. We looked for dip buy on a 306 if the market pulled at open. If not, we're going to start looking at our pre-market levels. Now, pre-market level 311 here held, ran it all the way up. The target, the last couple times I called here, was just under 318 at the split. That was the target. It's been the target. Look at your notes, always posted in the morning. So at the shops, target 309, 318 for a long target. Hold of 309 long today for the dip. We didn't even get the dip. Held pre-market video at 50. Targeted at 318.34 before the rollover. Those splits should never be ignored. That's a fantastic system. Now moving on to the shop, we do have Netflix. Netflix had a complete divergence today. Had a pretty easy followable doji. Top of the doji, pulled through. Looking at the 377.60 has resistance. If it breaks over it, take it long for a squeeze, and that's exactly what it did there. Netflix notes that we were watching resistance at 375. Support dip buy if the market decides to if the market gap fill isn't too strong, the dip buy here would have been the hold of yesterday's highs, and this is yesterday's highs right here where that held. So good momentum there on Netflix coming through here. Apple, big wedge day today on Apple at that 0.30, right? So Apple, a lot of people are playing this one today. Real decent. The play call this morning, we're looking for a 203.80s resistance on that ghost wick, just in case back here. So that was that resistance we need to break up and over for a continued uptrend. And you can see right now later on in the day here, as we near our close, it was fantastic over under level. But we looked for a pullback to 204, yesterday's high support. That's what I have in my notes here. So 205. And yesterday's high support. Yesterday's high support is the orange dash line per usual of our code. So as it comes in here, we had 3 higher lows leading up to the hold there. Recovered the 200 EMA quite well. So a bunch of the members in this consolidation right here were piled in, ready for this long. Broke up and over that ascending triangle, and it worked out quite well. So another call hour before market open. These notes are written, guys. We plan these that far ahead. AMD major resistance at 3160, major support 3120. So let's go take a peek at AMD. I think this one failed support and then became resistance. Yep. So this one opened up here. Blue line was support, so we looked for this hold. Whenever it snaps a support, the old support becomes new resistance. So we just wait for the retrace. We don't chase. Came back up, perfectly hit that 3120 again, very prominent level. Then we had 2 goals for your covers down here. Your first goal was 3076, and top one up here. AMD was not a player for me today. We're going to skip over Walmart. That was no fun. Roku, really fun short today. Clearly from the 4-hour chart, we've been using our split for the 94. All we had to do is wait for that current rejection of the 94 to hit in short. We had a couple pop to shorts and continuations here this morning off the 94 early. Grabbed a nice few $100 winner there. Tried a long off the base double bottom. Didn't follow through, so continued on. Watched the 91.50 was the call for reversal. Here's the call for reversal line, 91.66. Didn't quite get down to 91.50, but reversed and now chopping sideways. A couple really good plays there. 93.85 was the split resistance, so essentially 94. 4-hour watching for pullbacks. Trends stay strong, then we go down. So watching 92 is major support as well, and that was in the notes as well. Here's 92 getting shied away for that support. Zoom was another one. What was our notes on Zoom quick here? ZM 8460s over under level. Zoom by the 8460s. We had 2 members that were still in right at close at the end of the day here. 8460s, blue support line, 8460s, double bottom, long. Could you ask for a better trade day on Zoom? 8460s level called an hour before market open, almost 6.5%, 7 points rolling there in Zoom. Easy call, baby. CJC was a fired CEO today. We watched this catalyst for a pop into 40s for resistance. So we're just looking for pops to short. If the 200 EMA was recovered, it would be long. So in the notes here, so we got CGCO fired pops to short. We'll watch yesterday's lows and the 200 EMA fails. So we didn't get the 200 EMA fails on the secondary round here, but we did get it pre-market because we're waiting for that pop to short. So all pre-market, we had this down, and we've seen it all the way back up. So we started watching the 40, tagged 40 almost to the T, lower high, watching yesterday's lows, fails. That's this right here. That's our teal line as we came all the way back down here. A nice little flush there. Not too much meat left on the bone at open there, but it did recover, and we watched for that 200 EMA under over, and it did happen to retrace. A little help from Kramer there on CNBC yelling bye CGC. So fun stuff there. S-Bucks was also on the list. Starbucks here. Pre-market, big mover, huge volume. Looking for any pullback to get long before the 200 EMA. Let's go check it out. Holy moly. So right out of the gates, it popped and flagged. Right in chat, I mentioned it right here. So watch for it to flag, hold 9 in VWAP and buy. And this thing just trend all the way up till close right now. So fantastic little move there on S-Bucks. Again, this stuff is written an hour before open, and then I call it mid-live through the session. Intel, the last one on the list here, and it was a long list today, guys. INTC, $48 hold long. Let's go see what we got. Ooh, weird. Big white line to death, $48.03. Buy at 48. All right, guys, that's enough for the recap today. All those calls written an hour before open. The psychology here is crazy. This is what you get from the Boiler Room Trading Elite section. You can join us in the link below. We are running a discount here just for the 4th of July week and all the way till Sunday. So hope to see you guys soon. We'll see you bright and early next trade day.